to these, but
yeah,
not to
so
me,
I just so I can get on, because some people say he didn't answer.
No, that's fine,
how
fine.
people are, yeah?
Yeah.
So I've answered yes, yeah. There would be, yeah? I've got my details in there, but yes, yeah? So there is scripture to show that, yes, that's number one. But number two is this, yeah? Is there any record, scripture, yeah? Because scripture just means writing, all right? Yeah? Any scripture in this country to show that Prince William is white?
What other than his complexion?
What's going on here? Complexion, we know complexion means white. Yes, because that's your pretext, isn't it? Yes. We're talking about skin color, type.
Skin color.
Yeah. So
same meaning.
Yeah. So, but is there any scripture? Is there any writings? Is there any records, birth certificate in this country that says Prince William, Prince Harry, the Queen is white or black?
Well, if they're not identified as white or black, then what are they identified as?
You're not answering my question.
No, there isn't. No.
You're playing it back to me.
Okay, no,
I just asked you a simple question.
No, there isn't.
There is not.
Yeah.
Why do you always come here trying to make it look like we should find the exact same in the way you want to see it? Like there would be some record, and there isn't. Where we gonna go find that? Oh, Bob Marley was black. Who's gonna write that down? Elvis Presley was white. Who's gonna write that down? Who's gonna bother? Even Michael Jackson, who flipped and flipped, ain't nobody still gonna write that down. Besides when it comes up to say, why did he do it? What really is he? Blah blah blah. Nobody gets written about like that. But there were situations that started to happen on the earth. But let's go to the Bible first, maybe. Read something for us, brother. Brother Jeremiah, you want to read Leviticus for us? Is it 13? Leviticus 11, 13. Yeah? Let's read and see something happening. Yeah? Because there's a whole lot of context we can, like, try and look at. And then have understanding. I don't want you to think this is about color or race. It's not about that. Yeah, but paper. Oh yeah. But what we're trying to do is bring the color into the history. Yeah, every artist paints with colors. We artists painting history. We need some color. Both black and white, brown and blue, everything.
I'm only saying because it's obviously that before he reads, there would be some effect or some sort of social dynamic that would start up if it was not factually proved, but like it was accepted in society, on the media, that Christ was black. I mean, for example, if I grew up in a society where Christ was as he was, say for yourself, like yourself, and I think amongst white people there would be some sort of resistance, wouldn't there?
If Christ was black?
Black, yes.
At the time of the biblical,
I think it would create something.
Biblical times, you mean?
No, now, not biblical times.
Oh, you mean
I think
now?
it was less relevant at biblical times. I think now, through society, I'm not saying white or black thing, I'm just saying by people that run the show, it's more played out and it's emphasised that Christ is white, and it becomes more beneficial for the white race and less beneficial for the black race. So what I'm saying is that why we have what we're saying right now? Is that why I'm saying that Christ comes up as an image of a white man and not a black man?
You're right. There is racial connotation, and there was a whole racial game being played based on the color thing. Yeah. Now we can talk about some colorism in humanity. We won't be able to get to the bottom of it. There's like storybooks only that we could just open to help say wow. I almost brought a book today. It's just it was too big. It was too big. What happened to your belly's as big as mine. Where's brother Paul? What happened to the bag today when we were coming in the train station? What happened to the bag?
come apart, innit?
It broke because there's too many books in there. I almost brought one book, and the book is called the Children's Encyclopedia. It's just a children's encyclopedia. I think 1950 or something, yeah? And there's a page, and it says at the title there, it says, the invasion of Europe by the white races. The invasion of Europe by the white races. It says they came out of India, out of Asia, to invade Europe. Well, if they invaded Europe, who was there first? So we've done a video to show you who was in Europe proper. Yeah? To show us who was in Europe. Yeah? So that's the colorism in history. Yeah? And that's a different topic from like trying to prove Christ. Yeah? So
let him just really kind of want to go toilets. Like you read this picture. No, you want to go to the
Leviticus, wasn't he? He was going to go too? Yeah, he was going to read Leviticus, wasn't he?
Yeah, we're going to read. Leviticus. Leviticus.
Yeah, speak up a little bit, sir. Oh, sorry. You're right, Dennis. Long time. Just 3 months ago, how did you get to where scientists, geologists, discovered the black man. They were showing it. In so I was saying to myself, they are not black people, they can discover something that's really hard to do. And the same people discover this happening more. There's just black man. So they brought it what to discover. So you know they're admitting that. Right, fair enough. They're not hiding it anymore. They're just so, if it's a problem for anyone believing it, they're hoping your emotions will hold you back. Because the biggest game is not if you believe it or not. It's what you do next. It's what you do next.
How you react?
It says that if it's possible that things then there will be some disbelief or something among the whites.
Some racial discontent, yeah.
Why is it that one is white, then we don't say
you'd have to tell me. I'm not that person. I can't answer that one for you.
That's a beautiful question, yeah.
I think they're probably and I accept it. And if it's a problem that is black, why don't I accept it?
I'm not saying I would accept it, but I'm saying then you would agree with me that there's a lot of white people that wouldn't accept it. Am I right? Now, I can tell you from a white person's point of view, because socially,
when it's white, I accept it.
yes, but this is why you have. I believe this is why you have nations in the Bible. You do have nations, yeah, and they're separated, isn't it? Same as the Hebrews were separated from the other nations. That is true, isn't it?
That's it, definitely.
So what I'm saying, the characteristics of the nations are different. I mean, God said this, didn't he? God said that, you know, if you look at the different nations, they act differently. But what I'm saying is, from a white person, I don't know.
What he said is right. What he said is right. If the white race redefines the Messiah is black, they're gonna turn away. But because the more I said that way, if I turn up in that way.
This is what I'm talking about. Right. I wish we could. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is what it's
The
discovery has been there for a long time. Yeah. I mean, at least they're putting it out there, so people know. They're putting it out there. They're putting it out. They're putting it. It's out. It's out already. It's out. Absolutely out. Thank you.
The reason why
like the original pictures.
It's a rob the whole of Africa. That's what they do. For white to be superior over black. You understand? Because the scripture said
the whole world.
In Exodus 20, do not make no image. You understand?
So we don't even try it.
You understand? We don't even care what is black either. Because the scripture tell us that we must have an image. You understand? So if the white man will take the Bible, take our book, and make an image of it, they do it for a purpose and for a reason. You have to have dominance over the black race.
And why nobody in the black races races, why nobody seems bothered about it?
Yes, sir. When we believe is white, we love him same way.
You say to a black person, and say,
we love him, but
they don't care.
We don't matter to us.
It was there a long time. It was there that it was black, but we never see it. It was there, but we never see it. But now we're acknowledging that it's black now. People don't want to.
But now that it's now out, people are too redundant to do anything. You know, it's like when you smoke and you get really high, and they say the house on fire, and then you say, so what?
Let us read to show the children of Israel were black too. Okay. This is Leviticus. This is the Torah, the law that the Moses give to Moses when they were coming in the wilderness. Okay. This is Leviticus chapter 13, verse 24. It said, if the body receive a burn on the skin by fire, and the flesh raw, and the burn became bright spot. It's a red white, reddish white,
or white. Start again. Cough a little bit. Cough a little bit.
That's a water, brother.
Okay. This is Leviticus chapter 13, verse 24. It said, or if the body receive a burn on the skin by fire, and the raw flesh of the burn become bright spot, reddish white or white, then the priest shall examine it. And indeed, if the ear of the bright spot has turned white,
if the hair has turned white also, called blonde hair.
Yeah.
Listen.
And it appear deep in the skin, it is leprosy. Break out in the burn. Therefore, the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is leprosy sore. But if the priest examine it, and indeed there was no white hair in the bright spot, and it is not deep, then the skin in the skin, but the faded, the priest shall isolate him 7 days. Then the priest shall examine him on the 7 days. If it at all spread over the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is leprosy, sore. But if the bright spot stay in one place and had not spread on the skin, but as fade, it is swelling from the burn, then the priest shall pronounce him clean. Let's go to let's go to this. Okay, this is
I mean, the whole point
we're dealing with leprosy there, though, isn't it?
Well, leprosy, we can know that the children of Israel are black. For you to have white skin, there must be a different color first.
Yeah.
For you to turn white.
So you're saying leprosy only affects black people?
Don't forget that. No, listen. No, you're asking. We hear what you're saying. There's so many layers to this question, which sounds simple to us today. When they say leprosy, leprosy is an English name we're using today, describing what some other people had a different name for and a different understanding of their conditions. Now, leprosy, even as it's spoken of in the Bible right now, ain't no medical doctor can tell you that there's only one type of leprosy. You understand? Now, what is leprosy? It's just a big name, like the name cancer. Cancer can do anything to the body. Cancer can make you lose hair, even lose complexion, shrink, everything.
Lose weight.
So, but in order for them to hide the fact, they put the word leprosy there. So when you go around, you'll be like, how does leprosy cause someone to be white? Because what they've now termed leprosy, they don't even make it like the one that turns your skin white. They make it like like the one that only makes your skin have sores. Like you go to India and see some people, not only India, excuse me, everywhere in the world. Yeah? But the real understanding of leprosy, when we read further on, it says when there's an outbreak of leprosy, even in our community, anybody who may have a white spot on their skin and the priest examines it and sees that, they shut them out for how many days?
7 days.
For 7 days. After 7 days, before 7 days, if they check them and it's all spreading all over them, then they know it's leprosy. The person is what? Unclean. Yeah, so they know that this thing can spread to other people. So they put you aside, called quarantine. Now when they quarantine you, after 7 days, if you're still changing, you're still unclean. But if you have fully changed to what color? To white, then you're now clean. If you are fully changed from black to white, that's why you see some of our brothers and sisters with a different tone of skin, facial, partial. You see them, everybody knows that, boy, this is shocking. It's shocking. It's something it does to our spirit.
So you're saying that the version, let me just get this right, the version of leprosy, or the condition of leprosy described in the scriptures, is a version of leprosy that can only affect black people. Is that
No, not only.
Or it's the only one?
No, listen, okay, it's a question. It doesn't only affect black people, it affects human,
everybody.
It's human first.
But you see them black people more than anybody else.
Yeah, because it show up on them more.
Because you're using the scripture to prove to me that
why we're saying that is because we're trying to let you know this is not about creating a division between saying you're white, I'm black. It's yourself, because why I'm doing it, because the damage has to be repaired. You understand? It's not about I mean, some people have blackmailed the black races over centuries, calling us all kinds of names, because they want white people to see themselves in here and not see us in it. It has worked. It works so well. Even we're having problems believing this is us here. But when we check the real details, we can see that, hold on, this could not be anybody else. But does that mean that a white person is not included? No, it doesn't mean that. Because those who turned white, they're still Israelites. Those who turned white are still Israelites.
Because Gazi, Elisha servant, but when Naaman was and going to the gift, he become white. Because he went through a generation.
So when you go Africa, when you go Asia, there's populations in Asia that are well known for leprosy, that skin changing leprosy. There's populations in Africa, almost isolated cases. Go to Namibia. I think I always confuse the two names. One is on the East Coast and one's down here. Is it Namibia down? It's called many places there. Even in England here, I live up in Coventry. There is a huge, you know, I hope people don't take this disrespectfully, but I see even in Coventry in the Midlands, there's a huge color change among Asians and among blacks. In Coventry, I see it every day. I'm a scientist. I'm studying what I'm looking at. I see it among the Asian. I see it among the blacks. But when you look at the history of England, it's going to be hard to believe that England was once a black country. So it's going to be hard to believe that. But we have the evidence.
Where in the you've showed me the scriptures in Leviticus, about leprosy, and I understand the point you're making. Let's say I'll agree with you and say, okay, so what I'm going to say is the Hebrews are people of colour. Is that true?
Let's check Jeremiah 14 verse 2.
You're going to give me another one?
They said Judah money, the gates, they have language, they are black unto the ground.
Read again, start again, slowly.
It said Judah, that's Jeremiah 40 verse 2.
Yeah.
It said Judah mourning, and the gates they have languished. So he said the true Jews are going through a lot of problems and all that. And the gates they are of language, their leaders are weak. They are black onto the ground.
So are they describing the skin?
Yeah.
Very easily. Very easily.
But we were just saying, he was just saying that, you know,
I can give you another one.
Oh, no, that's fine. We'll move on to another precept. We were just saying earlier on that, you know, white and black are not really described in the scriptures. It's not, they don't identify.
No, hold on. No. Actually, it is described. That Leviticus does a huge job describing that. And there's splinters of stories in here.
No, I agree with you. Indirectly it does. No, it doesn't say, oh, you start off black, you get leprosy and go white. Do you know what I mean? I know it doesn't use the word black.
It doesn't need to. The same way.
I know.
Listen. That's why we asked the first question the other time. We said Prince Harry is white. Is there any record in England to say he's white?
No.
It's not needed because everybody should know that.
Yes.
So the book is a book of a nation.
Yes.
So if you come to Nigeria,
yes,
which all black people are Nigerians by default,
yes,
because Nigeria just means the land of the blacks.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So when we come there, everybody knows that we're what?
Black.
We're black. We don't need to write the story and say this is the year 2018.
We are black.
Ghana is black. We've checked. We are black and we're checking. And we've checked again in South Africa. And we found out we are black. Who can't do that?
But
you see what I mean? Then when we come to Germany, but go on with your question before we float.
No, I was just, because we're not in a situation now in current society where we can look around and say, yeah, Germans are all white and blondes, Norwegians are all white. You know, you go to Africa, you say most people are black. But if we go into the past, which is where the argument is, or the debate, I'm not having an argument, I'm just chatting with you.
That's fine,
Okay, the children of Kush, what color they are?
I don't even think he's arguing. I don't think he's arguing. Let him finish. I don't think he's arguing.
If you're Kush, I would assume you've gone into Africa, isn't it?
Yeah. Which color is Kush?
I would assume you're black.
So if I say, are you not like the children of Kush unto me? What I'm saying? If I'm saying, are you not
like the children of Kush
unto me? What do I'm saying?
Are you not like
That's the scripture says that.
Yes.
You're not like the children of Kush.
If I'm saying,
are you not like the children of Kush?
Then you're not black.
It's saying, are you not the same like appearance?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, are you not the same appearance?
Yeah.
Oh, if it's talking, then absolutely. That would be a point.
The scripture said it's there in Amos.
It even says, can a leopard change its what? There's a lot of description in Amos now.
Amos 9 verse 7, it says, are you not like the children of Cush unto me, or your children of Israel? Yes, and so that when I say they are black.
Yeah, description.
But the leopard changes, I mean, generally the saying, a leopard never changes his spots. It's usually like the characteristics. That's what
we understand that. It's used in analogy for many things.
Yeah, many things.
You understand, because when you there's too many stories that the stories in the Bible can't tell you. You need to understand a whole lot of things behind it to see some other things.
Let's eliminate this argument then. And then
before we go there, let's just show you the Russian icons of the ever eternal centuries of the Russian nation. All right. Let's just show you some of them. They're all black. This is white, so-called white Russia. All right. All right. This is not history. This is a child play. This is child play. Just because some people they're so pent up, and we all are. Let's be honest. We all are. I lived in Africa. I grew up in Africa. You could say a whole lot of black people feel a certain way about white people. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. We're supposed to. That's why the Creator put it in His design that coming down as humans, there are going to be variations. It's not like a mistake. It is a built-in result
By
of
design.
what we do. It's a built-in result. If we do certain things, like it says there, if you find out a breakout of leprosy, well, there's something that causes leprosy. So we're going to prevent against it so that we don't have those situations. You go down to Namibia right now, they have a whole coast full of white people, white children.
Yeah.
They're called, you know, there's a funny name they give the place, I can't remember anymore. Albino Island. Albino Island. You can see the devastation that has happened to the same people who are changing color. They're segregated according to the book. They're segregated according to the book. The black children are afraid to touch them. The black children, there's a famous musician, a worldwide known, when you hear the man's voice, you just want to sleep. I mean, die. What's his name again? What's the French man name? The white albino brother. None of you listen to music here. What's going on? Someone, come on, help me.
Type into Google, you'll find that.
Yeah, you know, he's an albino. You know, but when you hear the heavenly voice, when you hear the voice, you'll be like, boy, we have problems as humans. It's not about black or white. The leaders of the world are the ones who turn it into black or white. There's a reason, and black people are also behind some of it.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
We take that.
Yes.
But the gameplay in motion right now is not controlled by us.
No.
Okay.
You understand?
No, that's
right?
fine.
So, images, we have one of the Russian emissaries, looking at a black icon right there, checking it out. Yeah, it's up there. There's a book you can buy, Russian icons. It costs about £300.
Yeah.
You can get one. Yeah. All right. Everything up there is black. Everything up there is black. This one is even painted by radical, self-proclaiming, deluded black people. Yeah. Now, when you go up into Europe, and I've got some books. Yeah. I've got some books showing you in the Roman catacombs and many places in Italy, Bulgaria, Turkey, even what we call Afghanistan, they're bombing places out of extinction there because they're finding they're finding black artifacts there. Yeah. They're finding black artifacts there. So you go up to the Roman catacombs. Every time white Italian tourists or white tourists from other nations come in there and nobody's watching them, they scrape the black off a little bit. In 1 year, you see one hand white, one hand black of the same painting, but the painting is there. We didn't put it there. I mean, we did, but we didn't go and just put it there just to prove. No, it was there because we were there. We were there, but who is we? We is you too. It's your heritage. Black is your heritage. You look on the world stage. They're trying to create a situation where white people feel like a real different alien race. A real alien race. We're not even saying like we're cousins. No, like we don't even
recognize you.
Like we're not even connected nowhere. Well, if you're not, who are you then?
Well, this brings me to my next point. In the scriptures, let's say for argument's sake, or for this purpose here, we've identified that the Hebrews are people of colour, black or brown, dark skin brown.
They're black. Let's clear that. Brother, hold on. That's why we showed you that. We can go with let read scripture. No, it's all right. No, don't worry about it. Just look, they're trying to silence our mouth. So we got better speak before it happens. Speak what you need to say clearly. No, you can't offend anybody.
I'm a tanned person, or would normally be called Caucasian or white.
You're very light. You're very light skinned. Trust me. You're very light skinned. When you see white, you'll know you saw white. Yeah? There's James behind you. Yeah. Yeah. It's my brother, but it's look, I got There's people, when you start to look, you see sheikhs. Me, myself, when I'm in Africa, what do they call people like me? They don't call me black.
No.
They call me the same name they call you, Oyimbo, Muzungu. Yeah.
So where do we see the white nation coming from?
The white nation, that is the Edom.
Now, you got to be careful here. This needs a higher level of jumping too. Yeah? Don't answer it the way those liars answer it on the street. Because I would say, for one, Edom is a black nation. That's it.
Really?
Yeah, brother. So, you know, we can go into it, then you see what we're saying. The Edomites are a black nation. Don't let these people deceive you. We'll show you. Look, all our brothers here may disagree with me. I got my brother here, and he's an elder. I got a young brother here. They may disagree. It's all right. Let's just check. And let's put detail inside. Israel is scattered into how many corners of the earth?
4.
How many?
4.
Only 1?
4.
Only 2?
4.
Only 3?
4. Different colors, different complexions.
Into all nations. It's not about color. Color has a defining role to play. At the same way, color has a defining role to play when we're looking for England. But it don't mean I'm not British. It don't mean I couldn't be English. It don't mean that, you know what I'm saying? It don't mean that. It just means that for definition purposes, we would say England is a mainly white country. Does that mean that there's no black? Look, half of the English football team is what? It's black footballers. They play as England. They play as England, don't they? Half of the footballers of Saudi Arabia are black. They play as Saudi Arabia.
I've heard of Edom or Esau, isn't it?
Right.
In the scriptures.
Go on.
But when they were divided in the womb, weren't they? When they separated by God as 2 separate nations.
Nations, not colors. Nations. You said it right.
Yes.
Are you trying to change your mind?
No.
Nations. Nations. Pakistan and India separated into 2 nations.
But they're countries though, okay? Not nations, are they?
What is a nation? Help me out. I'm not arguing.
No.
I just want us to. I like what you've done. Let's do it. What's a nation?
A set of people.
Set of people. Shall I write?
No, just
No, because we could.
a family of people.
A family.
Can I show you what Edom is? Let me show you what Edom is.
Let's finish the definition. The definition of nation comes from the word neta, meaning people of the same lineage, bloodline.
Like, people of the same lineage.
And people of the same vision and destiny. The people of the same vision and destiny. Go on, Elder, first.
This is the Apocryphic. This is the King James Authorized Version.
Yes.
It was in the King James, the first King James Bible, 611. Until I take it up, okay? This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 8. It said, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob and first wholly oath the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of the one to come.
Read again.
Because Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of the one to come.
Right.
So
what does that mean?
What it means, if you be on the Messiah side, by keeping his commandment, laws and statutes, you'll be a part of Jacob. But if you want to be a part of Esau, you go away from the commandment, you go from his laws and statutes. No matter you're black, white, pink or blue, you're gonna face the judgment of the Messiah when he comes.
And let's check one more level, unless you're still going on. Let's check one more level. Read that thing again, please.
It's a 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 8. He said, and he said unto me, from the time of Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born.
Now the story is taking you back. At that present time, the story is taking you back to a previous narrative.
Remember I said 2 in the womb? Remember I said 2 in the womb? Okay. So he might tell you what the world is all about. This I tell you what the world is all about. It's only 2 nations in this world. One is Jacob and one is Esau. No matter where it come from. This is what it said. This is what it said. This is the creator is speaking to Ezra. Ezra was a prophet. He was a scribe. Okay? He said, and he said unto me, from the time of Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob and all first the heel of Esau.
Jacob's hand held the heel. Lift up your heel, brother.
Foot back.
Yeah. Just turn around a little bit. Yeah. I got a bad back. Yeah. So Jacob is holding Esau here
at the womb.
In the womb. Yeah. It's all symbolic inside the womb. If you know what happens in the womb. Yeah. If some of you fathers here, if you've paid attention, yeah, children turn. The mother says, "Oh, yeah, they've turned."
Move.
They've moved. If it's 1, if it's 2, if it's 3, yeah?
Kick in.
Things, all those things for the people of the book are spiritual meaning. It's not just an empty, I've given birth, name him Shakulul. No, it's everything is named according to what comes. Yeah. So come on.
Verse 9 said, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of the one to follow.
Now, Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the one, is the owner of the one that follows. Well, is Esau still around?
Or if Esau,
because the story tells you that they were born in the womb.
Yes,
remember,
he's the father of the Edomites, isn't he?
Now, that's what I'm asking you. Go on, just so I don't stop you. Go on, please.
Because the nation of Edom is a nation, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
So, from my when you read that, from my just quick understanding of you reading that, it says, at the end of the world, before Christ is coming back, I'm guessing that's what it means, isn't it? Because the one that followeth afterwards is Christ's kingdom, isn't it?
Right, yeah.
In which Jacob is going to be
ruler.
Yeah?
Ruler.
Okay.
So the end of the world, Edom or Esau is ruling.
Yeah.
But when I look at the earth that we're living in right now, that's white people, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I want to now slow you all down. I want to slow you all down from this NASCAR car racing to pull it down into 16 times slow, so you can see every detail in the vehicles moving past.